Alice Walker once wrote, "We are the ones we have been waiting for." My name is Marta Hanson, and I believe that we have what we need to make the change we seek. I'm a coach and facilitator working at the intersection of leadership development and social impact work. One of the things that I've noticed is a lot of organizations working towards social change tend to work from a deficit model. We don't have enough funding, we don't have enough resources, we don't have enough staff, all of which is totally true, and I've been there. But what I love about the strengths-based development theory model, the underlying belief is that we already have everything that we need to make the change we seek. We just need to learn how to leverage it more effectively and efficiently to do the work that we want to do. So strengths-based development theory was developed by Gallup, which is the management consulting and polling firm. They've done research about human behavior over the past 75 years. And a guy named Dr. Donald Clifton asked the question, what would happen if we started focusing on what was right with people instead of what was wrong with people? So Gallup has studied human behavior then for the last 40 years, developing what they call the Strengths Finder framework, which focuses on natural patterns of thinking, feeling, and behavior that human beings have. And what they've found over the course of their research is that individuals working from a place of strength are 6 times as likely to say they're engaged at work, 3 times as likely to say they have an excellent quality of life, and teams that work from a place of strength have over 12% greater productivity than teams that don't, which kind of makes sense. So the best metaphor that I can think of to describe Gallup's strengths-based development theory is the metaphor of a star. Stars have points and also dips. We as humans are so often taught to focus on our weaknesses, focus on those dips in the star, push them up, work on your weaknesses so the star can become well-rounded. What if we scrapped the idea of being well-rounded and instead focused that same energy on sharpening the points of the star, getting even better, even more efficient, even more effective at what it is that we're already good at? And the amazing thing is, the research from Gallup shows that when we focus on what we're already good at and honing that to be even better, the results are exponentially more positive than if we try to focus on our weaknesses. So I love this strengths-based development theory because not only is it backed by all of this data and research, but it feels better too. It's more fun, it's more engaging. Work just feels better. So after getting trained and certified as a coach in this strengths-based development theory model, I decided that what I want to do is bring this model to individuals, teams, and organizations doing social justice and social impact work. People who want to make the world a better place, people who are working every day to do that, and learning to work with, being able to work with managers and teams to make that process fun, engaging, dynamic, and really effective as well. What can you expect in a workshop with me? My workshops are fun, engaging, and action-oriented. I love personal and professional development work and think that it is very, very valuable, but it is especially valuable when it's tied to action and when it's tied to performance. How can my management style be different after this session? How can my team be better at communicating or better at leveraging our strengths and achieving our goals after this session? That is what I'm about. So sessions with me start with a really in-depth overview of individual strengths. How do my strengths show up for me? Then the conversation becomes, how do strengths show up as part of our team? With the manager managing many people or people working with other folks on their same level. We shift the conversation to the power of teams and how we can see differences as strengths and how we can see our differences as things that make us stronger and more robust as a whole. Before we meet, you'll take this 30-minute assessment that measures your natural patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving. And that's what you show up with, either in individual coaching sessions or in workshops. Then we get to really dive into it. How do your individual strengths and talents show up for you? How have they benefited you? What might the blind spots be that come along with this? And then from there, we can apply it directly to your work. At the end of all of my workshops, my intention is for every single person to leave with the ability to articulate better what it is that they bring, what they need to be successful, and how they can do their best work, which is great to use for talking to managers or engaging in new job interviews or anything like that. And in addition to that, everyone that I work with in the workshop or in individual coaching will leave with a set of action items and goals so that they can be the most effective version in themselves in the change that they seek.